Hey y'all, on today's episode we are going to mess around with the 4-link calculator a little bit and we're going to mock up the rear 4-link. So let's get started. Alright, so I got a little ahead of myself and actually started going ahead and mocking up this rear 4-link. Some of the problems I'm having with this 4-link is my frame side bracket. I can only move my uppers up and down, and I can move the whole bracket itself back and forth. I can't actually change anything about my lower control arms. On the axle side, that's pretty much where all the play is. So like this is a pretty standard rear lower control arm bracket. Basically it goes on the axle, and this is actually pointed 10 degrees. So I can kick it out from the frame about 10 degrees to where it hits that bracket. Basically all the adjustment I have in these is left and right and up and down. So I can get the joint itself and I can move it around kind of where it has the best geometry. But it's still going to be pointed towards the frame side brackets. On the uppers for that, it's a pretty simple bracket. It sits right on top of the axle, so I can't actually move it up or down really. No reason to move it up, it's already high enough. The only thing I can really do is angle it more out, but really there's no point to even doing that because it's going to be pointed towards my frame side brackets. So I can only move it left to right just a little bit. This is my 4-link calculator. You can find it on many different websites. I'll go ahead and post a link below. There are different versions too, so make sure you get the most up-to-date version. So what you do is actually go in here. Hopefully this can focus. Kinda. And so you get your wheelbase, which I'm sitting like 112 inches, your tire diameter, which mine's going to be 40. I understand a lot of people do this on their air down tire diameter, but mine is pretty much going to be, I'm just going to do it at full aired up 40. It could be just a little bit less at like 39.5, but for now 40 inches. Tire rolling radius is half your tire diameter. Your center of gravity height, which I heard take this measurement from the ground up to the crankshaft, and that should basically be your center of gravity height, which right now mine's like 25.5. Vehicle mass, I am a little heavier than probably other LJs you see. I'm assuming 5,500 pounds. I will have a lot of gear in this, and it probably is going to be a little heavy, so I'm going to go ahead and put the calculation at 5,500 pounds. The next thing we're looking at is the upper and lower links, and so every link has a X, Y, and Z coordinate. So we're actually literally going up to every joint on your frame side and your axle side and measuring out from the ground and from the center line of the axle, and that'll get you your X, Y, and Z. And so once you figure out all this, it'll actually calculate your anti-squat, your roll center height, your roll axis, and then it's got a few other coordinates too, but we don't really look at that. And then you got your actual traveling anti-squat, your travel roll center, travel roll axis, pinion change, which you want to keep that at 0, and your total travel. And actually the cool thing is you can, and you'll see it right here, but you can show your axle going up, and if you're like drooping it out, and you can see how that axle is dropping right here, and that'll tell you. So if I drop it 8 inches, the pinion change will be by about 6 degrees. This isn't, I've been kind of playing around with this. This isn't my official numbers or anything, but because 200% anti-squat. Let's see what it is at right now. Yeah, 119 degrees or 119% anti-squat is really high. It's not what I'm at all. I'm actually a lot less than that. But I'll go ahead and I'll put it on my calculations right now and get right back with you. Lower control arm, I mocked them up with PVC and I put the weld bung right here and basically wedged it in here and then duct taped it, because duct tape has a pretty high tensile strength actually. Like, these are decently solid. Then I can test the flex on this, but my lower control arm's here. There's another TMR bracket. I actually cut it to fit this truss kind of where I wanted it, because this is 20 inches high, and the uppers up here, let's see if I can get a better light on that. So the uppers up here, which aren't in place yet, they're gonna be sitting at a height of 29 inches. So I'm trying to keep about 9 to 10 inches of separation on this, since they will be having 40s. I guess the rule is like a quarter of whatever your tire size is where you want the separation of your links. So this is at 20 from the ground. It's about 4 inches off the axle, and then 4 inches off the center, 20 off the ground. There's one more measurement. Oh, the distance between this link and that link, which I believe mine is at, it was like 28, something like that, 28 or 29 inches. So that's kind of how you get the measurements, and you do that for each and every one of these links. My frame side bracket, let's see if I can get you, so we got, it's on the top hole over there. Hopefully, well, maybe I can point you at this one. So yeah, it's at the top hole, and I got the lower. It's still kind of rough, hard to see, but yeah, it's not looking too bad. These actually are a little over 2 feet, and then the top's actually longer, or I thought they were going to be. I think I did my measurement wrong, that's why they're sticking out. So I'll go ahead and correct that, and then I'll tack those into place, and then I'll start actually flexing this axle up and down and kind of just test and see the mobility of it. All right, you guys, so my total anti-squat is 87%, and my travel roll center is about 28. Here we go. I'll show you. This is kind of where we're sitting at. This upper link's basically flat, and this lower link is as flat as I could get it. My overall links, my lower link's like 25 inches, and my upper link's gonna be a little bit longer, closer to like 36. But I don't know if there's anything I can do to get my roll center down or not, or like my understeer. I mean, I'm at -1 degree understeer. I wanted to get that at 0, but I think we'll be okay. Once I start drooping it out, it's still not too bad. So anyways, I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, before I bring this in, I'm going to go ahead and post this video, see what y'all think, and kind of go from there. Alright guys, so that does it for this video. So that is the rear 4-link, kind of setting it up, playing around with the 4-link calculator. Let me know what you think. I'm probably going to burn it in where it is. I kind of like where the links are sitting at. Nothing rubs, nothing bumps. I have about 6 inches to the body. Where the coilovers are going to sit, I'm going to order 14-inch is kind of what I'm leaning towards, but 14-inch, 2-inch wide Fox or King coilovers. Where it sits right now, I got about 4 to 6 inches of up travel, based on where I actually put those brackets. So let me know if you think I should set this up a little bit different, maybe change the links, change the lowers, uppers, really anything you think of that would possibly help out my geometry, or something that you're majorly concerned about, please let me know. Again, I have a few days before I'm actually going to start burning everything in, and then I actually already ordered all the parts to rebuild this axle. The only thing I don't have is the middle locker, because I still am undecided if I'm going to do aux locker or a classic ARB air locker. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and again, just let me know overall what you think about it. Thank y'all.